In 2019, before I started filming my adventures, I watched a YouTube video by Carl and Alex. In this video, Alex went fishing with Austin, Brendan, and Brian at Dale Hollow, a place I seriously consider the Mecca of carp angling in North America. I was mesmerized. From that day, I knew I had to fish at Dale Hollow. Nearly a year after being inspired by the Carl and Alex video, I began filming and documenting my fishing adventures. I traveled to many different countries fishing for carp, but I never forgot about Dale Hollow. In 2022, I reached out to Austin to see if he'd want to fish together. Our schedules really didn't match up until the fall of 2023, when we seriously started discussing a trip. The US has many great fishing opportunities, but when Austin suggested Dale Hollow, it was surreal. Not only would I fish at one of my top destinations, but I would do it with Austin and Brian. I had never been more excited for a fishing trip. Over the next few months, we settled on a date, and soon, it was time for the long drive from my hometown of Hamilton, Ontario, to Dale Hollow, Tennessee. So I've just arrived in Tennessee. It's been a long 12-hour drive. I'm waiting on Austin and Brian to arrive, grab some cold beers, something to eat, and we're gonna crash. And then tomorrow morning, we hit the lake, baby.
You guys are fucking jam-packed.
Oh, dude, man.
I was expecting the truck. Hey.
No room at all. How's it going?
Nice to meet you, bud.
Nice
Hey,
to meet you, man. Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we can't open a single door of the van without something falling out. So,
Believe it.
yeah.
All right.
We got about 2,000 pounds in there, so the van's pretty sitting low.
What?
Yeah, we got like 20 buckets of bait back there, 100 pounds of panko, a bunch of other stuff. So
It's good. We got everything we need.
yeah, definitely.
We wanted to go out for dinner, but nothing decent was close by, so we ordered some pizza, had a few drinks, and called it a night. We set the alarms for 5:30 in the morning. This would give us enough time to have breakfast and to get to the marina by opening time to pick up our boat.
I'm gonna tell it right now. You got it. Good morning.
Morning.
You ready to do this?
Yeah. It's time.
Do you know what I just found out?
What?
Stop it. I was joking.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Of course I was. He thought I was being serious. I told him that was the first time I've ever been in an elevator.
And you believed him?
I brought it up to him, and he was like,
How good friends are you guys to not know that?
It's early. We spent too much time together
I
already.
think he's just a little, he was a little slow. Little slow.
We're here.
All right, buddy.
Let's do this.
After endless barrow trips to get all the bait and gear into the pontoon, we were finally ready to depart. We were heading to a special swim which had produced some very special fish in the past.
How many times do you think we're gonna crash? All of them?
We're not crashing. It's my credit card on this thing, man.
Even more reason to crash. Yeah. No pressure. You can buff out the scratches along the way.
Before we knew it, we had arrived, and we wasted no time in unpacking and pumping up the inflatable boat. We had 20 buckets of bait, and for good reason. Dale Hollow is chocked full of naturals. To get the carp feeding, Brian spread out 2 buckets of bait all over our marked spots. If the fish respond well, we would continue baiting at the same pace. This would keep the fish feeding and patrolling our area.
So Austin, what are we having? Are you remembering the name now?
Shabab? Shabazz? What is it?
Chevap's.
Shababs. There we
No,
go.
Chevap's.
Shababs?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chevap's. Oh yeah. So what do you guys think?
That's good stuff. 10 out of 10.
I would like to tell you that I made them, but I bought them.
After a much-needed meal, we quickly got back to work. We clipped up our rods to ensure we hit the right spot every time. Austin then prepared the pack bait. This mix, made from panko, grits, and various attractants, was designed to go around our lead and work like a method mix. It's very effective for fishing at Dale Hollow.
All the rods are in.
Let the trip officially begin.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's do this.
So what's going on, Brian?
Changing the battery out on this alarm because it's going dead on me, but I'm having a hard time.
So tell me, why is this spot exciting? What's
Well,
in store for us?
we've done very well here when we've been here, but we've never been here for any one period of time for very long. So it'll be nice because we know this lake, on average, fishes better as it goes on. So it'll be nice to build a swim up the way that we have it in the past in some of our better hits of fish that we've had, and see how this particular swim does, because it's done. It's matched the results of sessions where we've had a lot longer bait, but on shorter trips. So it'll be nice to see how it does if it's got, a full week of bait in.
Do you expect a bite tonight?
That would be ideal, but it's gonna be a tall task. There's a lot of naturals in here, so getting them on bait is hard. But yeah, I mean, I think it could happen. We could get one.
I just got up, it's just past 7. I had my alarm at 5:30 and I just couldn't wake up. Last night, the fish kicked off. We had, I believe, 6 or 7 runs. Nothing crazy, but all my rods are out on the bank. Desperately needed some sleep. Yesterday was a very long day, but I have a very nice, fully scaled mirror in the sling. So let's take a look at this fish. Okay. Size of this tail.
So after a very, very long and sleepless night, Dale decided to throw this absolute stunning 29-pound, fully scaled. I'm proper happy. We had, I think, 8 runs last night together. Let's get this fish back in. My rods are all out on the bank. Get them back in. Probably put out a little bit more bait and hopefully cross the 30-pound mark. So what do you think? A good start?
That is ideal. Like, could not have asked for a better start, honestly.
Right. Were you expecting a bite?
I was expecting somebody to get maybe 1, but definitely not 6 or 7. So that is, like I said, that is ideal.
Awesome.
Do you want to know how many runs I had last night?
Austin, how many leads have you had last night?
0.
So you're probably the most rested.
I mean, I was netting his fish last night a little bit, so I
He's
mean,
used to it though.
I got no sleep and no rewards either, so I got these bags under my eyes from
Sarcaddy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I'm calling it right now. His first fish is gonna be like a absolute.
I'm saving myself for the really big ones. That's what we're doing.
That's what they all tell themselves.
You guys love to rag on each other.
Mostly just him.
Oh yeah.
After a great night with many bites, we were excited. We put out more bait, refreshed all our rods, and cast them out again. An awesome night.
Hey, cheers to that.
Into a 30, the first 30.
Yep.
As we went into the second night, we expected to be busy and productive. But to our surprise, the bites were few and far between. To make matters worse, I lost 2 fish in the snags. Overall, this night was quite frustrating for me. Early in the morning, Brian caught a beautiful mirror. Non-fully scaled mirrors are not caught often at Dale Hollow. Even though this mirror wasn't very big, Brian was quite happy with this one.
Planning on going upriver a little bit to one of 2 spots. And hopefully if I start seeing some fish or maybe get on some fish, it can be something we kind of keep baited in the background just in case we need to make a move in a couple more days. That way we just have something kind of ready to go. Uh-oh. Dirty bacon.
Still good. Are you off?
I'm off. We are heading 2 miles that direction, and there's a couple areas over there I want to check out that have, or at least look like they have pretty decent depth, so I'm going to go cast them around a little bit and pick one of them for the night, move in on it, and see if we can find a little more fish that are kind of willing to feed. So we'll see what happens.
So we're really not getting any day bites, neither yesterday nor today, and it's already almost noon. So I gotta change something up. I'm gonna take the boat out, search for some spots out further, deeper water. It doesn't seem like they like to hang out in the shallower water during the day. Had to change up my rig. I got a gripper lead and have 2 tiger nuts on a simple hair rig using the ACS Tigers. Hopefully this gives us a daytime bite. I had set my rods at different depths, far beyond casting distance. To be honest, I had seen a few fish crash there earlier, so I was confident I would get a bite. I called Austin, who was all set up in a new spot nearby. He was also confident, but since it was a new swim, he expected to have a bite or 2 only at night. As the day turned into evening, my rods remained still. My efforts to boat out my rigs weren't rewarded. The fish started boshing everywhere, and it wasn't long before I had a bite. After a short battle, I caught another fully scaled mirror. I quickly released it and recast, hoping for a bigger fish. With fish boshing everywhere, we had high expectations, but we had very few bites throughout the night, and before we knew it, it was morning again. So we're on day 3 here, and it's still very, very slow. I don't know if it's cause for concern, but the fish are just not playing ball. So Dale Hollow is definitely a difficult lake. I have a lot of confidence in Austin and Brian to find the fish, potentially making a move. Austin has just gone to try to find a different swim, just as a backup, because 1, we're not catching, and 2, the water level is rising and all our stuff is at risk of getting flooded here. Camping on the upper side of this swim here is a little bit tricky because there is a lot of ticks. Really don't want to be in tick-infested territory. So hopefully the fish either kick off or Austin comes back with some good news. Maybe he's found a better swim. So hopefully we can get on the fish soon and have one of those magical sessions here at Dale Hollow. After spending the night in a different spot, Austin returned, and I was quite disappointed to hear that he didn't catch anything. This was supposed to be our backup spot, and moving there now would be a tough decision. On the bright side, might just mean the fish aren't feeding right now, and it's only a matter of time until they start again. I just lost my second fish to a snag in this session, and the bites are coming from the right side. I believe there's some snags there, and that's why the bites are coming more so from there. They like that added protection from the snags. So I'm going to move my rods to the right and just risk it and hopefully get more bites. These are the only bites we've had during the day, so it's a good sign, but I hate losing fish to snakes. To prevent fish from getting caught in the snags, I replaced the front legs of my rod pod with longer ones. Hopefully, this will result in fewer fish lost. Particularly frustrating part about fishing this water here at Dale is that your hook points almost on every retrieve get dinged and they are no longer sharp. I think over the last few days I've only had maybe 1 of 2 rigs that I've retrieved back that didn't have a dull hook. So it's imperative that either you bring enough rigs or you have a file and you sharpen your hooks. Ryan, are you feeling confident tonight?
As confident as I can be. Saw a few fish crash already, so conditions are looking a little bit better. It's not so calm. It's got a little bit of wind at least, but yeah, pretty hopeful.
How about you, Austin? How are you feeling for tonight?
We're gonna blank tonight. No, hopefully. I don't know. I'm feeling more confident tonight, hopefully. Seen a few fish crash earlier than the last couple nights, and bait's been going in for what now? This is the fourth night tonight. So I don't know. They should hopefully have their heads down a little bit. We've got cold front coming through 2 days from now and a little bit of rain coming in tomorrow. So I don't know. Something might happen, hopefully.
As night fell, Austin and Brian prepared the best bankside meal of the trip. Battered walleye fillets, deep fried. I don't often eat fried food, but these were delicious, and it gave us the energy for the nighttime action. We all had runs throughout the night, but unfortunately, they were all mid-doubles or smaller. This was unexpected since this spot usually produces larger fish. With these surprising results, Austin and Brian quickly packed the boat with bait in the morning. They went searching for a different swim. Changing spots wasn't really our plan, but to be successful, you must adapt. And that's exactly what we were prepared to do.
So I just got all my stuff into my bivvy. Because the rain's coming, and maybe you can hear it, but there's thunder as well, so I think we're gonna get some thunderstorms and rain. Brian and Austin went to bait up the other swim, and they haven't come back yet, so it's a little bit concerning because they didn't go very far. The other swim's only a mile from here. So this storm just passed through. It stopped raining. Brian and Austin are on their way back. I just talked to them on the phone. And I seen a few fish jump, so it's a good sign. Hopefully tonight they really kick off. There's also another storm from what I seen on my weather app that should be rolling through here in another 40 minutes. I don't know what that's going to do to the water levels. I'm really hoping that they release some of this water at the dam. So, did you guys bait up?
We baited up.
Did you catch the storm?
Caught it smack in the middle of it. As soon as we got to the spot that we were baiting, we got hammered. We were gonna get footage of us putting bait out and whatnot, but we were gonna be risking the camera if we even took it out of the bag.
It was pouring down, eh?
It was bad. There was points where we were going back to the marina that we couldn't even look up because the rain was hitting us actually in the eyeballs with such force that like it was just no good.
Right, and we're just about to get hit again. So go and get your shit prepped for this.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. So Austin, you think we're gonna move tomorrow?
I think so. I think we'll probably catch fish tonight, but I think we're gonna have to make a move tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it's probably the right play.
All right. Well, let's get through this next storm.
Yep.
And hopefully tonight we have some activity.
At least something picture worthy out of this swim maybe before we leave.
Yeah, fair enough. It's been raining like this for half an hour. If this doesn't turn them on, I don't know what will. We have to make this happen, and the water level's growing. I don't know if Brian's tent is in a good place right now, but it's really, really bad.
As another storm approached, the fish started feeding heavily, especially next to the snags. I landed a couple of smaller fish leading into the night, with the last one being a stunning fully scaled mirror. With the rain coming down and light fading quickly, I decided to put the fish into a retaining sling to get better footage in the morning. As it continued to rain, the water level kept rising, and Brian moved his bivvy further up the bank to avoid any flooding during the night. At some point during the night, Austin had caught a good fish, and he too put it into a retaining sling. We couldn't wait for the morning light to take some photos and to see our captures clearly.
So I finally got a good one last night, probably an hour after we went to bed after all the rain passed and it kind of calmed down for a little bit. I got a run on a rod that hadn't gone off yet. As soon as I picked up into it, I mean, it just started powering off and felt like a really heavy, deliberate fish, and ended up getting it in the net, and it ended up going 33 pound, 14 ounces, and it's a beautifully scaled fully. Definitely the best one of the trip so far, and a good way to send us off to the new swim. Gorgeous fish. Really happy with this one. It's been slow fishing for me on the trip so far, so it's a really welcome fish. Here's the other side of the special mirror. Really good fight. I mean, I knew it was a big fish right when I hooked into it. Put up a really good scrap. Kind of the rest of the fish have been pretty slow, but this one, I mean, it was taking out a lot of line very slowly.
So last night, right before sunset, I had 4 fish, one right after the other, and the last one was this absolute round, short, fully scaled, coming in at 29 and a bit. I'm very happy that we got a bigger stamp of fish. Austin got his 34 or 33, and we're gonna move to a new spot, and that's exciting because this spot has been on and off, hasn't really thrown us all the big fish that we've been expecting, but proper happy with this one.
A few moments later.
So we were just about to put the fish back, and we were in the forest, and this rod just rips off, and I'm into a solid fish. I hope, but it does feel
It took
heavy.
a big run when I picked it up.
It feels really heavy, like way heavier than my other fish. I don't want to say, but this might be my first 30 from Dale. It feels really heavy. Dude,
Good fish. There we go.
like I can barely move them. I'm so glad it didn't get snagged up like the ones
I was
before.
on it quick.
Yeah?
It ran. I was like 3 feet away.
Oh, buddy. This fish ain't moving fast, and it's just heavy.
It is a midday bite. There's
Yeah,
always
no.
that chance that the midday bite's a decent one. That'd be good timing.
Oh man, what a send-off.
Yeah. Doesn't look bad though. It does not look bad.
No, it's not that big though, to be honest. Oh no, it's got a decent head on it.
It's 20s for sure. There we go.
All right,
Nice.
let's see what we got.
Yeah, it's a good comment. It's a good comment.
That might go 30.
Yeah, that's gonna be close.
That might go 30, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good fish. Let's see. Oh yeah. Easy money.
32. Well, what a send-off today. Just as we were filming and taking pictures of Austin and I's brace of fully scaled mirrors, we had a run, and Brian luckily was right by the rods. He picked up into it and he told me, Paul, it feels heavy. This is my first 30 of the trip. I couldn't be fucking happier. It took 6 days, but we got 4 days left. The weather has changed. We're about to hit what Austin calls is a big fish swim. So if he's wrong, then I'm gonna take it out on him. But let's get this fish back in, have some breakfast, pack it in, and head over to the other swim.
After releasing our fish from the first swim, we had a much needed breakfast, packed everything into our boat, and headed to the second swim. Shortly after departing, it started raining. Then the wind picked up and the waves grew larger. I began worrying about my boat as it was taking on water fast and we were barely making headway against the wind.
Cold, wet, windy, and rainy is not a good combo.
All right, we're looking better, boys. Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
Captain Brian.
That was a rough go of it. I thought I was gonna lose the Raptor boat.
Just when we thought we were in the clear, another group of clouds unleashed rain and hail on us.
It's been a peach.
Yeah,
We're finally here.
finally. Cold hands, cold everything.
We fucking made it. Fuck. It's bad weather out here. Oh, you're right, Austin?
Oh yeah, we're good. Just gotta warm the hands up.
Oh, it's fucking brutal. My hands are all red.
Yeah, my hands hurt. They hurt really bad.
The rain clouds passed, and we wasted no time marking our spots and putting in bait for the night. Just when we thought we were set, the weather changed again.
So literally, another storm just hit. Austin and Brian have gone to the store to get some supplies and some pizza, and we have hail. I just managed to get everything into my bivvy. Dale Hollow weather is not kind. Yo!
Yo!
Dude, did you guys catch that hailstorm?
We were in Willow.
Nice.
We beat it by maybe 2 minutes. It was right behind us. We were trying to outrun it.
Dude,
Looking back.
I barely got everything into my bivvy.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it came out of nowhere, the hail, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
Got some pizza too.
Oh man, I am
Yeah.
so fucking
I
hungry.
already hit 2 slices.
I
of
can't
it,
believe it. Thanks for a pizza, man.
but- Yeah, no problem.
Nothing like a warm pizza on a cold day after a 12-hour shift.
Yeah, that was a brutal day today. That was a long day.
Mental.
Nice to be kind of done for the day.
Can't wait to get the rods in. Make a fire. And just chill. So we just got the rods out. We were really in a huge rush because the weather was either raining or some crazy wind. And we finally got all the rods in. And now it's probably time for us to get together, have a beer. But man, I'm wiped. A lot of work today to get us moving here. Inclement weather and everything in between.
The wind picked up, causing serious waves. My alarms kept giving me false beeps, so I reeled in my rods and moved them to a protected cove to get some sleep. In the morning, I saw that Austin and Brian had also brought in their rods onto the bank. They also had a lot of false alarms. With the wind still blowing strong, I decided to keep my rods in the protected cove and cast a few rod lengths out into 15 feet of water. I was casting on a steep drop-off that wouldn't stop until it hit 70 feet.
So you guys fish pack a lot. I mean, all the time, right?
Yeah, we pretty much just fish a super simple pack all the time, but we're really particular in how we make it, and it works. We don't do anything too complicated.
What's that Bruce Lee quote? Don't fear the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks once, but fear the man that's practiced one kick 10,000 times.
Exactly.
Right.
That's us.
Sorry,
This is
Zach.
my 10,000 kick Penko method that I love to use exclusively.
And grits.
So today, I've had quite a few runs. I think about 11 runs, mainly small carp. And this is the first day we've had a lot of runs. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be switching from what we're currently running, which is a tiger nut from ACS. It's a pineapple fusion topped with a yellow pop-up, which makes this rig very critically balanced. It actually sits on the bottom with the hook completely on the bottom and the pop-up and tiger nut just freely floating around. This rig has caught us all the fish perfectly hooked in the bottom lip It is probably my go-to rig if I'm just trying to catch any fish. Because we've had so many runs, I'm going to be tying up some oilies and some snowman rigs. Maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to land that 30-pound plus fully scaled that I've come to Dale Hollow for.
Man, I was trying to get you guys' attention. I was into this fish and it felt fucking heavy and I was trying to get you guys to come help film. But yeah, midday bite, weren't even expecting it. And I don't know if it'll go 30, but it is a heavy, heavy fish. Look at that hook hold. Look at that mouth. Yeah, 26 and a bit.
Nice fish, though. I mean, when they look like
26 and a
that.
bit. One of the prettiest fish that I caught while at Dale. It's an absolute stunner. Coming in at 27 pounds. Look at the apple slices on this fish. Absolutely stunning. The colors as well. Giant fins. Couldn't be happier about a day bite. We got a few days left. Hoping I can get that magical 30. Slip this back. I got 2 rods on the bank. Got to put them back in and on to the next one.
As another night arrived, we enjoyed the last of our walleye fillets before calling it a night. To my surprise, my rod stayed motionless throughout the night. In the morning, I was happy to hear that Austin and Brian had caught 2 good fish.
Yeah, so it came around 1 a.m. It was our first like really proper run. A lot of our fish have been super lethargic, but it came around 1, and luckily Austin was up because he just landed a smaller fish, and I got over there and was fighting it. Immediately got locked up, completely snagged. So I ran around the whole thing over to Paul to grab the raptor, and by the time I got like halfway back around, it had freed itself. So we were lucky enough to not need the boat, but it is a lovely 32-pound fish. Beautiful colors, huge belly. This is probably where a lot of those smaller fish that we've been catching are coming from. Just a lovely fish.
So second night at the new swim has been pretty productive for us. We didn't quite get quite as many fish as the first night, but the average size is definitely a little better. This was my second run of the night. Came about 5:30ish in the morning. Beautiful mid-20 fully scaled mirror. Really good fish. Definitely happy with this one.
For the final time, I moved my rod from the protected cove back out to the main body of water.
That was my second choice, probably.
So boys, what's on the menu tonight?
Some lovely chicken teriyaki with rice.
Looking like sweet and sour chicken for me tonight.
Oh shit.
Paul, what are you thinking?
Oh no. I think I'm going with chicken teriyaki with rice if there's another one.
Yeah, there is.
Looks like there is.
It's a great choice.
Alright, 3 chickens.
3 chickens.
We're eating chicken, boys.
Sounds good.
The trip was coming to an end. And honestly, we were excited for the final night. We were really hoping for a proper send-off. Throughout the night, we landed a few fish and put them into retaining slings. It was a bittersweet moment, as a part of me was excited for the group picture with the fish. On the other hand, we were going to have to pack up, go to work, back to responsibilities and daily routines. I dreaded the idea that I would soon be leaving Dale Hollow.
Last night we had 3 fish. This is our last day at Dale. It's been an absolute blast with Austin and Brian out here, and this trip really couldn't have been possible without them. So thank you guys. I really hope to come back again. This has been a lot of fun. We were expecting bigger fish, but you know what? When you're holding up some beautiful fish like this, we've had multiple 30s, you really can't complain. Anyway guys, thank you, and hope we go fishing again.
Heck yeah, man.
It wasn't the blockbuster ending that we had hoped for, but this trip was nothing short of what I had hoped it would be. And what more can I ask for? I ended up going fishing with the people that I watched 5 years ago fish this immense water, and now I've done it for myself. After this trip, I've confirmed what I've always suspected. Dale Hollow is, without a shadow of a doubt, the Mecca of carp fishing in North America, and honestly, I can't wait to fish it again.